everyone, and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we review the toys that we talk about on the podcast and on social media. And today I am super excited to open up this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that I missed out on in 2019. I foolishly passed up, but now I am happy to have it. I have in front of me the Collector and the Grandmaster in this awesome Velcroed box that is clearly meant to never be opened and is clearly meant to be on display. And guess what? I am going to let these two breathe. I already have the Grandmaster figure that came with Korg, but I mean, this Benicio del Toro figure, just look at it in the box. I could not pass this guy up. As I've mentioned several times on both the show and this YouTube channel, my Marvel Legends collection is primarily MCU based. So that being said, I needed Benicio. I messed up and I did not get that Defenders pack with the Netflix series guys, so I probably will never have Colleen Wing or Danny Rand. I have a fun little kit bash that I stand in when I need him, but anywho, back to this set. So let's go over the packaging really quick because it is really unique. They are these, when together, it is a cylinder of a package. As you can see here, you have Benicio del Toro as the Collector. He's got two heads. He's got one with his little specs on, one without. The likeness is incredible. You'll see that on camera and in the light box afterwards. He comes with the sphere holding the one of the Infinity Stones from Guardians of the Galaxy. He also comes with a fun little cardboard cutout there of everyone's favorite Russian telepathic space dog, Cosmo. And then on the other side, you have the Grandmaster. And the big difference between this Grandmaster and the one that comes with Korg is, of course, you get a smiling Jeff Goldblum, which is much more accurate to the faces he makes primarily in the movies. Kind of has that goofy, kind of giddy grin on, which is great. You also technically get a third character there, because that was somebody before he pointed the melty stick at him. And then inside, you get a nice little Velcro here, and you get the poster for Guardians of the Galaxy and the poster for Thor Ragnarok, of which these two figures are from. So we're gonna get started here and unbox this. I'm gonna cut the tape. There is quite a bit of tape, and I will be back in a moment with Grandmaster and with the Collector. All right, I'm back. So before we get into these figures, what's really neat, the way that this is packaged, you can see you have these two flaps up here that close individually. So it's really easy to actually keep this packaging completely intact, much like the other Marvel Legends packaging. But you can get a better look at the little chair that's in there that Thor arrives in Ragnarok, and you can get a little bit of a better look there at Cosmo. I do believe, I'm not gonna force it, but I believe that those are glued in or held in with some kind of cardboard tabs. Yeah, that's what it is, cardboard tabs in there. So I'm probably not going to display them with these. I typically don't. All my MCU guys are, for the most part, lined up like they're ready for a school photo. So, all right, let's get started with the Grandmaster because he is the more familiar. We'll save the best for last. How about that? Let's see what we got here. So we got our goo out, and we have our Grandmaster out. All right, so this figure, if you have the Korg and Grandmaster 2-pack, you are not missing anything. This is the same exact figure. The only difference is, and I'm looking at the other one right now, yeah, no, it's the same exact body. The difference is the head. Down to the metallic paints on the pants. The slightly different golden paint to the flat gold paint that's on the rod. The mismatched arms, so you know, the fact that he's got the sleeves on one arm or the sleeve on one arm and no sleeve on the other arm. But again, that face, I mean, they just crushed the Jeff Goldblum kind of like goofy smile. Yeah, it's wonderful. This is a great figure, especially if you're a fan of Jeff and his work in Thor Ragnarok. It is wonderful. yeah, I'm not noticing any details different from the other figure other than the head sculpt. So I guess if you prefer the more stoic look, you know, the one that comes with Korg will do. Really, the highlight of this set is not this figure. It is the other one. So articulation is the same. You know, he's got the ball joint, the bicep swivel, the double joint at the elbow there. You know, the pivot and the swivel at the hand. He can look pretty much all the way up, pretty much all the way down. Solid figure. The robe does come off like the other one. There is a little bit of a peg here. You can see the design underneath. It doesn't work when you take the robe off because he will permanently have the robe sleeve. So, yeah, down to his nails being painted on both his toes and his fingers there. It's a fantastic figure. Great likeness. Stands up well because he's got that nice little fabric effect on the back there that helps him stand up pretty well. Sometimes these figures with the more like trouser-like pants, your Claw, your Agent Coulson, you know, Everett Ross, they typically they kind of have like a funny center of balance, and their legs kind of prevent them from standing up very well. With this figure, you won't have that problem. One, he doesn't have the typical like Oxfords on. The sandals have a much larger footprint, and the back. So on to the highlight of the set for sure, Benicio del Toro's The Collector. And I'm just marveling here, no pun intended, at the quality of the face sculpt that they got for Benicio del Toro. This isn't the only Benicio del Toro figure that is out there. You know, that there are Star Wars Black Series ones for his character in that film. You know, I have that one in the small scale, but this is just, I mean, his expression is just absolutely, he's judging you, is what he's doing. He's judging you. The detail on this figure is incredible. They should have nicknamed this set the mismatched sleeves set, as both figures have oddly mismatched sleeves. He does have a cape. Let's see if it is. Yeah, it is removable, so it just kind of pegs right out. You get the peg there in the back. You do get the other head sculpt with the goggles on, which is really cool. The goggles do not move. I'm trying very carefully not to mess with this figure because I'm waiting a long time to get it. And then, of course, you get the orb that the Infinity Stone comes in. And from my understanding, with the right kind of fiddling, and, you know, like I said, we'll get this when we get into the light box there, but I am told that he can hold the orb, that you kind of use his sleeve here to help him. Yeah, I'm not going to fiddle with it right now. Again, much like the Collector, the detail is just great. The cape looks like fabric. The parts that you normally don't even see are painted on the inside, which is awesome. It drapes over him really well. It pegs in, unlike some of the other characters with capes, like Loki and Valkyrie. The cape is not a hindrance. It's not going to constantly pop out on you. It definitely just sits there and holds. In terms of articulation on this character, so on his one weird sleeve hand, he just has the single jointed elbow. On the other one, he has the typical suited male, you know, double jointed elbow. He can look all the way up. He can look all the way down. He does have an ab crunch, a single ab crunch that's high on his waist. He does have a swivel at the waist. And then he has the typical male suited trouser legs down to the dress shoes. The hair, everything about this figure, they absolutely nailed. I mean, some of these 4D face prints can come out kind of looking soft. The features actually look real. That effect does a really great thing on this figure. Here, let me put my hand behind his head. Sometimes that works. You can see it a little bit better. But he does look great. It's a fantastic figure. I know they made a little bit of a stink when this came out that this was going to be a one-shot deal. They weren't. I guess Benicio is particular about his likeness, but I guess they were able to work it out with him for this figure. I cannot wait to get him posed up there with the rest of my MCU bad guys, and I'm just gonna, for the sake of showing you guys, let's get on his let's put on his bespectacled head, his goggled head. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna display it with, because I kind of like that one. I might put him with that one and give him the orb to hold once I have him on display. But either way it goes, he is a fantastic figure. I paid a little more than I would have liked to for this set, but I think all in all, considering the fact that I missed it and it was a Comic-Con exclusive, you know, it is what it is. The set retailed for 50, and I paid 70. So, you know, it could be a whole lot worse. So, let's wrap it up. So we have the collector, we have the Grandmaster, two fantastic figures, two very strange villains, and two very strange characters in the films. If you are an MCU collector, I feel like it's kind of a necessity to have these two. They play such an important role in two, well, the Grandmaster in one, and the collector in a handful of important moments in the film, including storing one of the Infinity Stones. So I feel like it's a must-have. Unlike that Defender set from San Diego Comic-Con, we don't know what's going to happen with those Netflix characters, whether they're going to stay canon. I have Charlie Cox up there at all times because Daredevil is one of my favorite superheroes, and they did such a great job with that Netflix show. But we don't know what's going to become of them. The Grandmaster, the collector, as far as we know, they will be canon forever because they've been featured in so many films. So if you are collecting the MCU characters, I feel like you kind of need them represented. And there are a lot of these sets floating around on places like Mercari and eBay. So just be patient, and you might find something at a price that you're comfortable with. That being said, make sure that you are following us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, where we're constantly posting all the toy news and the cool things that we find. And while you're following and liking, of course, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there so that way we can keep getting videos like this to you about these toys. And we have some plans to do some vintage toy stuff, so stay tuned for that. And then make sure, of course, the home of where all of this started is our podcast. So the Adventures in Collecting podcast can be found wherever you listen to podcasts, including here on this YouTube channel. So subscribe to us there, and if you want to be part of the show, we want to hear from you. So wherever you listen, whether it's here or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating and review and tell us about your favorite Toy Story, so that way we could talk about it on air. We want to hear back from you guys as much as I hope you guys are enjoying the content that we produce. So with that, it's a big double thumbs up for the Marvel Legends Hasbro San Diego Comic-Con exclusive collector and Grandmaster. And with that, until next time, guys.